Hello and welcome to Scorpion's Adventures. It is me, Scorpion, and welcome to another Bellwright video. And last time you were here, my raiding party came into the swamp area via our river dock. And what I've decided to do is come back into the swamp area some more and go after collecting some moss. Now, there are actually multiple locations in the swamp area to collect moss. Once you hit tier 3, moss becomes important in your buildings, so you need to go and forage and collect a lot. And the problem is that while moss is a regenerative resource, it doesn't regenerate as quickly as you would like. So you need to find an abundance of different places to collect them in order to keep up with your tier 3 builds. So on the map here, I will show you all the locations that I have found. I'm pretty sure this might be all of them, but well, I'll show you what I found, and then you can obviously go have a look on the map for other locations. And what I'll do is also show you kind of where they are in the game as well, not just on the map itself. So what I did earlier in the game is I placed a travel sign here, mainly because there was a moss resource right there, collection point there, and then I found another one right there. And then as I started exploring the swamp, I noticed that there was another one there. So you have, this is actually a good spot to be, because you have 1, 2, 3 little moss patches in a row, and they're not too far away from peat. Peat is used for the furnace, the tier 2 smelting unit for iron, tin, copper, bronze. As quickly as I could when I got onto tier 3 is I switched over to the smelter. Not only is it more efficient, but it uses charcoal and I don't have to come over here to collect peat. But again, this is not a bad place to go and collect. Now, moss you harvest by hand, similar to how you would harvest flax, hemp, river reed, anything of that nature. But yeah. Now the problem here is that the swamp is littered with bandits. But yeah, so let's continue on. There's a bunch that are coming my way, so my party will get some exercise. But yeah, there's 1, 2, 3 there. And then if you scroll out a little bit and we move up a little bit more on the path, there's another patch in here, so we can travel along this bridge to get to this one. There would be a bridge somewhere around here as well that's not visible on the map, and there's one more there. There's another one here. And then north, there are 2 more patches there. So I put a travel sign there so that I can quickly come grab the moss and head back if I were to go on a solo mission. And it looks like we're in combat. Oh, these are only tier 1 bandits. They'll be dispatched pretty quickly. Oh. But yes. Shall we go and see? Well, why won't I look at the camera? Okay. Let's go and see about the locations for all the moss patches. It's been a while since I've come to collect any moss, so then it will be very fortuitous that we'll collect resources. Okay, I'll bring you back once I'm in a spot and collecting some moss. Okay, back in a moment. Okay, we are back, and as you can see, I am over by the nearest patch to my travel sign, and this is what moss looks like on the ground. And then when it's in your inventory, this is what it looks like as well. Now, the benefit of also having my raiding party here with me is that they act as inventory space, because while we're here, we're going to collect an abundance of moss, and it'll be good to make sure we maximize this trip and use our people. So now, as you can see, that patch is all cleared up, and Rudy here is going to hold on to some moss and some other things. Now, over here is another patch, so we will head over there as well. But this time, why don't you come along with me so you can see how we will get there. Alright, let's start walking this way. I think this was one of the ones. Yep, there we go. There are these little footbridges that do not appear on the map. And what would you know it? I stumbled upon another moss patch. And then we'll head over to that spot across the way to get more. This is actually a bigger patch. Okay, I think I've got them all. But yeah, I'm not sure if I actually had this one on my map to begin with.
Just give me the order.
All right, Leonard, here, you can get the simple arrows and all that. All right, let's head over. And I guess we might as well clear that bandit camp while we're at it. Now, theoretically, I could clear it. A tier 1 I should be able to clear by myself, but I've got my party here. Might as well get their help. Alright, camp cleared. And I'll give my melee party a chance to loot some chests while I do the same. Camp has been cleared. And lo and behold, right beside this camp is another moss patch. The last time I think I went on an excursion like this, I managed to collect probably close to 100 moss. So there is a lot out here. You just have to be willing to go out and get it. And then in the beginning, it'll be a lot of clearing of bandit camps. But coming out all this way by yourself can be dangerous because of all the patrols that will be nearby. Alright, so that's that one. I'll bring you back. So we've done this one, we've done this one, and that one as well. Let's start heading. We'll go up and do these two next. Then we'll come back down and take care of the... Actually, we'll do those two next. Then we'll make our way over here by probably clearing out this one, then this, and this. And I think I want to take care of this camp, and it looks like a new camp sprung up. Some new camps have sprung up since I have last been here. So we'll probably take care of those along the way. All right, I will bring you back when I'm up in and around these camps, or these moss patches. Okay, back in a bit. Okay, we are back, and we're over at this patch, and this is a smaller one, as you can see, and then we will head over to the larger one in a moment. I think it's larger. But yeah, this one here, kind of small, tucked away. But still, every little bit counts. All right, so Josh, you get those.
Ready when you are.
Okay. We will kind of walk over this way. And here we go. So, yeah, no, we don't need that bridge to get in here. And then this patch is right about over here. And it looks like we're going to have some company shortly. Now, really? Only a couple in this spot? Well, this one's even tinier than the other one. Okay, so that's that one. So if we had to look, we took care of that one and that one. So that's 2. And then we have 3, 4, 5. So let's now head over and take that one. So this way we go. All right, I'll bring us back when we're over in that spot. Back in a bit. Okay, I brought you back because here's a nice little makeshift footbridge that exists that we're going to use to cross and get over to this moss location. Now I could have gone a little further south and used that more formal bridge, but I chose not to because I wanted to come up here. And let's see. Maybe I should wait for my raiding party to arrive. Looks like we're going to get sandwiched here. Okay, well, I'll bring you back after combat and you'll see where the patch is. Back in a moment. Okay, so here we are at this moss patch. So let's just continue collecting. Put that away before I hurt myself. Hey, nice of you to show up. Eladine. Edeline. Edeline! So this one's actually a bit of a better yielded for moss. Looks like my inventory is quite
Point away,
full.
and I'll be there.
Have that. And I think that's it for this space. Yep. So now, with my dwindling party, let's head down to these two. And then if we can, this one and then this one. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 more to go. Alright, I'll bring you back when I am there. Back in a little bit. Alright, here we are down at this one. And it's a smaller patch. Kind of, actually. How are we doing on space here? Mark looks like he needs a bit of food. Mark can do with some arrows. There we go. Yes. Here we go. So not too bad of a patch.
You lead, I'll follow.
Okay. And we shall carefully approach this one because we don't want to disturb that camp. Okay. Bring you back in a moment. Okay, we are approaching this one. And let's grab the moss as quickly as we can. And we'll get the heck out of here. Okay, let's go, folks. All right, and now we're gonna cross over the water here, head to this one, and then to that one. All right, bring you back in a moment. All right, we are now approaching this one. So that's the structure that's nearby it, in case you wanted to know. And it's conveniently located by a bridge. And I think we might take a boat back on the way to try and avoid
You lead, I'll follow.
being ambushed. I think Jacques all full. All right. And then the last one is over here. I think we can take out this tier 1 camp. Okay, I'll bring you back when we are at the last moss patch. Back in a moment. And we are closing in on the final one. And unfortunately, I have lost a lot of people, which means that I've also lost the ability to use people for storage. And I myself can only collect one moss. And then that's it. But this is a small little patch found here. So what we are going to do is we are going to head back to our base and probably use the river dock on the way back. But yep, so hopefully you have enjoyed this, and normally I would just stop and say a few words. Ooh, let's go this way. But let's first get back to base, and then we'll do a bit of a summary of the episode. All right, back in a moment. Well, we are back safe and sound.
I feel it's going to be a good day.
And my companions I've dismissed. And yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Hopefully all the locations will help in your adventures as you go looking for moss. Again, moss is very important for tier 3 buildings, and just to point them out again, the spots that I have found are here, there, and there, and there. So this is a good place to maybe put a travel sign, and you can get 4 in pretty close proximity. And there's another 2 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and these ones are a bit trickier to get to, just because there's a lot of patrols out in that part. So yeah, So hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button below, and if you found it useful, I'm glad. And then also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button and join the army here. And then also feel free to drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the video. Really appreciate everyone hanging out and watching. So this is Scorpion saying thank you very much, and have yourself a great day. Bye.